Welcome back to Factorio episode 7, I think we're on today. It's a lovely grey, rubbishy afternoon here in the UK, and I have some spare time to play, so here we are. I've got my cup of tea next to me. As we all know, it's got to be done. Got a few different things today. Got 3 things actually to go into today. The first one is that Factorio's just updated to the new space age content. We don't currently have that. Whether I do it or not, I don't know. I might get to the end of this one, launch the rocket, and then either restart and do a new series, or maybe I'll just leave it and start something else. We'll see how that goes. One of the problems is that it's disabled a couple of the small mods I had running, one of which was a mod that just let it pretty much stay daylight most of the way through the game, which was just great for YouTube. It was a lot easier to see rather than have nighttime, which we currently have. I think it's about to turn dark now on our screen. The other thing is I put an updated RAM cards into my laptop, which I run on. Currently I've gone from 8 gigs to 64. I thought if we're going to do it, let's go the whole hog. I can only do 64, so I've just put them in there, and currently we are running much faster, much nicer, much smoother. I've got all the smoke, clouds, everything back on. We're running at the highest optimum resolution that we can. So yeah, we're all good with that. And the third thing is that since last time, I've had a few bits and pieces I've been doing. So I've made a couple of changes to the base. A couple of which are that I've increased the green circuits. As you're going to see over here, we've got a few more of these in now. So we've got more green circuits. It's still not going to be a lot. That's going to keep us ticking over slowly, but it will be enough to keep us going for a while. Also, these pipes. As you can see, we've got quite a lot of these pipes now, and we are going to need loads of these because, as you can see next to us, we've got our engine factory. Now, what do we need an engine factory with so many engines for? Well, that's actually going to be for our next research. Currently, we can't research anything else because we need blue science packs. And the blue science packs, at the moment, we can't actually do anything with because we need to use engines on them. So if we go in here, just quickly, we need engines. Where are we? So it's engine units, sulfur, and advanced circuits, which are the red circuits. So in light of that, and in light of the fact that we can't actually do any more research currently because we're all tapped out on research, we today are going to be building a red circuit factory. So the beauty of this is it's going to help us in building all our next levels of armor. As you can see, the next levels we want are all red circuits onwards. That doesn't really show us on there. It's actually in here, I believe, if we look at this. So yeah, modular armor. We need steel plates and red circuits. So because of the red circuits, that's our restriction currently. This is our bottleneck. So I've put together a small plan of what I want to do with the red circuits, how I want to build them. So essentially this is the idea I had. I want to have the copper coming in on this belt here. So this will come off of this one down here. This will go straight into a factory that turns into copper wire, which then gets fed via these inserters into this factory here, which takes copper wire because these take 4 copper wire per, which is fine. So this will make quite a lot of copper wire. We'll get it in there. If we have to put speed modules in, we will. And then what this does, it also takes plastic bars, and it also takes green circuits, which is why we've boosted our green circuits. So green circuits are going to come in on a belt here. Half of this belt will be green circuits. And as you can see here, we've now got plastic on our belt. So we'll take that and we'll put that on the other half of this belt. So what we'll do, we'll probably change these to blue inserters. The reason being is they'll be faster, so they'll throw a lot more into there quickly and keep these full up. And then these will throw out red circuits onto this belt. We will need loads of these later, especially for when we're building the blue circuits. The blue circuits will take, I think they take either 2 or 4 red and 20 of the green. So as you can see, we're going to be ramping stuff up quite a lot later on. And as you can see, I've put in a little blueprint of where I want the rest of this to be. So we could build quite a lot of these. There's going to be quite a few of them being put together at the same time for us. So what I'll do, I'm going to put that together now and just see if it works. If it doesn't, I've got a couple of other ideas that I can use to make the red circuits. But for now, I'm just going to put it in quite simple, just so that we can get a basic production going of these. I won't go too mad for the moment. I just want to get enough that we can build the modular armor, so then we can put other things in there to help us out. So let's get a little build going of this, and we'll go from there. Okay, there you go. So very basic setup, and it looks like it's working. So it's throwing everything it needs to in there. It's a little slow. We can speed that up later with some modules, which is fine. But for the moment, if we get enough of these going, we get red circuits. Look at that. We've got red circuits now. Fantastic. So I did amend these blue circuits, the blue inserters rather. This actually looks like it's worked quite well. And as you notice, everything's still actually on yellow belts. Everything pretty much in the whole factory is on yellow belts still. So there's a production that's going. It's fairly quick still. We're not using massive amounts of resources yet, but we can start putting all this on red belts later, and this will make the throughput here a lot faster, and then this will end up going all the way down the end of these lines. So what I can do is actually now just start throwing a few more of these on here, and as you can see, there's a blueprint now of what I've designed here. I haven't got any bots at the moment to make these blueprints live, so I have to manually edit all of these myself, which, yeah, it's not the end of the world. It just is what it is. Also allows me to just correct any errors that I made there and just continue this on. So it's fairly simple. It's a pretty straightforward process just to do this, and I think we'll just do the first 3 of these for the moment, and probably remember to put some factories in as well. And as you see, if you put a blueprint down, it does automatically encode the factories to the correct recipe that you want to put on there, which is also really handy. And spread this one out quite nicely with the power as well, which is good. It's actually done very well with that power, which means we can use the power down here for more things later. So look at that, that's actually done. Yeah, that's done really well. I'm impressed with that. Shouldn't blow my own trumpet and all that, but well, why not? Why shouldn't I? Okay, let's throw a couple more of these in. So yeah, so far we'll get a couple more of these put down, and that's our red circuit started. That's going to give us some basic resources to do some basic building with. It's not going to help us for huge long-term manufacturing and other things, but it will keep us going temporarily. Okay, there we go. Right, let's see how many we've got so far. Not a huge amount, but we'll get to this. We'll put these onto the belt as well, onto the main bus that we've got here. We'll do that like that, and then we'll throw a, what's it called, a splitter in there to direct that onto 2 belts. There we go. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to be really filthy and disgusting. I'm going to steal all these off here myself and just be a nasty, dirty thief, because I need to build this armor. Look at that. Yes, there we go. So I'm just going to manually build that for the moment. It's going to take a minute or two, but that's fine. And there's other things we're going to be able to build with this soon. But we do want to get this ramped up later, and as you can see, like, we've got plenty of opportunity to do that, plenty of functionality. But while that's doing that, let's just show you some other things we've built around the factory for a little while. I'll show you where this plastics actually come from as well. So a couple of other things I've done is I've just built myself a little factory down here, which is building the power poles, and you can see we've got 50 in there. I'll take another 50 of those, and we'll take another 50 of those as well. Just handy. Takes the iron from here, turns it into iron rods, throws it into both of these factories, which are the same recipe exactly, just different quantities. So this one takes copper coils, iron sticks and steel plates, and that one exactly the same, just uses less of them. And this little factory here is creating the copper, and that's just throwing it through from here, and then the belt of steel coming down, and essentially it's stealing the steel and ripping off the copper from there, and then it's just throwing them out into a little box. So we've got some spares to come past and get as we need to. Nice and easy. And since the update, actually, I've noticed a couple of things that have changed since they've updated it. So one of the things they changed is they've stacked the ammunition now only to 100 rounds instead of 200. Not sure why, but it's fine. It doesn't make a huge difference, just means a bit less ammunition. As you can see, we've got plenty of resources stacked up for our research, and plenty of these little flasks, because nothing's researching at the moment. We've got an entirely full belt of steel, grenades, walls. We are absolutely filled to the brim. Our stone supply is still going strong. That will run out at some point, but we'll be alright until it does. And let's just go along here and see what else we've got that we changed. Did we change anything else down here? Yes, I think we did. Ah, yeah, so one of the other things that's also changed is if we have a look up here, the new update has actually changed the miners. So now when they've run out of resources, instead of just having the red light, now we get this really handy little icon that flashes, which is good. I suppose it makes sense because the power's the same. If it runs out of power, it flashes. If it runs out of resources, makes sense. So we'll just grab those and pick those up while we're here. I wanted to just keep those on there to show you guys, really. There we go. So no more of those for the moment. So that's all good. What else did we change? Oh yeah, we did change some of our power supply. So now we are totally reliant on the solid fuel. We don't use coal anymore for power. And talking of power, how are we doing? 21. Yeah, we're doing fine for power for now, as long as we don't ramp our factory up too much. So that's all good. And if we look up here, you can see we've cleared out a lot of space, and this wall is now gone. And what we've done up here is we've built a little radar. We haven't put any guns up here yet. Putting a few over this side, because this I think is where the most of our enemies are going to come from. And we've just built some more guns around here. We haven't moved the oil up here. Didn't really think about doing that for the moment. We might do later, but for now, it's all good. Where else did we change things? Oh yeah, there was another thing. So just navigate through here quickly. So I left these gun turrets in with the flame turrets just for the moment. Nothing special about that for the moment. And what we've also done is we've started to build ourselves some concrete. So we've got quite a lot of that there. We're putting a little pathway down. So this takes iron ore, bricks and water. So we've got iron ore, a little bit on this belt because I had some spare that I threw in there, but this is taking the bricks from over here at the moment, which we've got plenty of anyway. Putting them in the factory. There's a water supply that's coming in, and there's an iron supply that's coming in as well, and I'll show you where that's coming from. So this is our filthy iron supply from up here, which was the one that we didn't like, which was the little weird one on the corner. We're basically just taking it in from there now. As you can see, we've got all our iron, all our copper, and everything all nicely set up here, ready to produce as and when. It's just not producing because it's all full up down the side there, as you can see. That's going to start going down once we start building these red circuits, because the green circuits take lots of iron and lots of copper. But that's not the end of it, because these two just come from the old patch, the original ore patches we were using. That will eventually dry out, so we're going to want to keep this filled with ores. Not those kind of ores, the ground ores, not the ones that walk around the streets. So with that in mind, we've got 4 big belts coming in here, and on these big belts we are ready to throw some iron. But we don't have it connected yet. The reason we don't have it connected is because I want to make sure we use up the iron that we've got first of all, and this is just literally ready to go straight in and saturate that belt. And as you can see, we've got all our miners here all over this nice big patch that we were looking at before. And there you go, we're all walled off. We've got gun turrets there to keep us safe from the top and from the east, which is lovely. So that's all good. And I've started on something else which we'll probably not finish this episode. We'll probably do it next episode. However, down here, and as you can see, we've got lovely nice roads we can drive on now. I've expanded all these walls and basically uncovered all the cliffs around our oil supply. And we have our lovely oil refineries all over here. And over here we have this abomination. And you're going to look at this and go, what on earth? So it looks horrendous, doesn't it? It looks horrific. Somewhere in the middle of that, as you can see, there is actually a train. And this is our copper train. Now, for those of you looking at this thinking, what on earth? Okay, so we need to get the copper train to pick up copper, which we haven't got that set up yet. But this is the drop-off point for copper. But now, this is just one drop-off. We could expand this later and make plenty more. Obviously, we've got loads of space down here. But this is off our main railway, as you can see. We're still back on the railways. And essentially what this does, it pulls into the station here, which is this one. It stops. As it stops, these cars open up, and it's got a series of inserters here. Or in this case, exerters. whatever you'd call those. They're basically taking the ore off the train, putting it into these chests. And then from the chests, another lot of inserters take it off, put it onto the belts. The belts then take this up here, put it onto a nice big 4-pattern belt, and it stops here. Eventually, that will connect up with the base at the top and go along with the iron belts to the top, and that will go back into the furnaces, and that will be our infinite iron supply, or infinite copper supply I should say. Put a couple of guns around it just to keep it safe, because there's no other defences. We've got walls around here as well, we're not too worried about that. This train's not set up to do anything yet. As I say, this is just the one end of the network, the other end isn't set up yet. That'll probably be next episode, as I say. But I've done it so that it unloads the train very quickly from both sides. There's no stopping here for a long time. As long as there's space on these belts and in these chests, this train will unload very quickly and it will be off again, and then the next one can come in and unload. But the amount of copper that will come in on this, it will keep us going for ages. And then a little further along here, we have added... oh, that's our oil train. As you can see, it's still sitting there because we've got plenty of oil still. And then I've done another little one just down here with our lovely blue train. Now, what I like to do sometimes is when I'm going and building stuff, I like to have my own little personal train. I think the Queen used to have their own personal train. Well, I don't know if the King does now, but the Queen definitely used to have her train. And it's like the building train, so it's like a construction train. So inside it, I just put stuff that I'm going to need, like inserters, walls, plates, spare stuff, lots of steel, as we're going to need lots of that. Miners, burners. What have we got down in this one? Just various things like more track pipes, power poles, flame turrets. And it's just a little bit of everything you're going to need that you might have run out of on a trip somewhere. So when we eventually go over here and start mining this copper out, you can see I've not gone anywhere near doing that yet. We're going to have everything we need to build ourselves a little base. And what I found out is we've actually got a little nest just above this. So if they come in and attack, that should be interesting to see what happens with that. But we've got more here anyway, if we need it. So yeah, it's just really to keep us protected and keep us going if we need to. So, oh, I think my armour just got built. Let's just put that on quickly. Let's have a look at that. There we go. Modular armour. Boom. Get rid of that. And did we get more inventory space? Yeah, there we go. Look, we've got more inventory space. And now we've got this little grid here of equipment. So what we can put in there is stuff like, let's get in here and have a look. We can put in things like night vision, which I'll grab that now. Belt immunity, and that is essentially a pair of shoes like roller skates. If you run on the belts, it stops you moving with the belt. You can just stay where you are. I don't really use them myself. I think it's fine as it is. We do need some batteries in here though, that's the only thing, and solar panels. So batteries are something we need to make today, and we're going to need to make sulfur, and we're going to need to make acid to do that. Okay, let's just pop those into there. As you can see, in there they take up a slot, which is a 4x4 slot, and we've got, what, 5x5. So there isn't a huge amount of space in here, and later on we want to get armor that lets us expand this and put more stuff in there. As you can see, we can't put things in there like ammunition and grenades. That doesn't really make a difference. It's only things that will help us in our armor and what we use. So as you can see, we don't have any electricity in there because we don't have any batteries. We don't have any batteries because we don't have any acid. And we don't have any acid because we haven't created it yet. So I will set that up. Let's think about where we're going to build that. We'll need some chemical plants for the acid side of it. What I'm thinking is that we've got plenty of space here to build all this. So essentially this entire area we've got is capable of covering us for what we need. So we need petroleum gas, I think. Is it petroleum gas? Let me just check that and see what the recipe is for batteries. Sorry, for acid rather, I should say. Iron plates and sulfur. So sulfur we need to, yeah, petroleum gas and water to make sulfur. But that's good because we've got petroleum gas being made here in these plants and we've got water here. So this is an ideal place to do it. And as you well know, if we look at our map straight up there, we know we've got iron. We can run that down here if we really have to. Probably we will do that at some point. Because it will need to be used down here for iron. And funny enough, look at that, we've got a belt of iron right there. We could run all that all the way down here. That's almost too perfect. So yeah, let's have a look at where we're going to do that. Yeah, I think we'll end up doing it around here. So we're not going to mess around with trains too much today, I don't think. I might build some more of these oil refineries later because we're going to want heavy oil and light oil as well. But for now, I think we'll run some petroleum gas across here and we'll get our system started up for what we want to get for our acid production. And acid's used for mining out the what's the word? Uranium. That's the word I was looking for. That is also needed, so we'll get that out too. I'm wondering the best way to do this is, I wonder if I can use pipe. Yeah, that's going to cause a problem. I wonder if there's a different way of doing this. So essentially I want to put a pipe here to build it under there, but that's not going to let me do it. What if I can build it there? Yeah, I want one going that way. Do you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to see if I can build another oil refinery. Do it the other way. And I need stone bricks. Typical. Right, I'll be back. There we go. So very basic sulfur production. Chuck a little light in here. What I'm doing is I'm throwing in lights next to all the power poles that I can. So we've got some water from over here. Just thought I'd grab that from that large pond. That's great. Got the petroleum gas coming in across here. Petrol, as I say. That's coming across from this side over here. Put another refinery just there to produce that. And this will slowly fill up, which is great. It'll keep it busy. And there you go. So it takes, what does it take? 30 water, 30 petroleum gas. We've got plenty in there. And it's just producing these little lumps of sulfur. Fantastic, brilliant, out on that production line. So I've brought the the iron plates in from up here. And what we can do is just throw them into a chemical plant here. How are we going to do this? So we'll move it over this way a little bit. It's going to want some of that in there. Okay, and we're building with this. We're going to build some sulfuric acid. It's going to water, sulfur, and plates. So what we'll do is we'll bring the plates in. Should put them just about here. I don't think we'll need too much of this, so we won't go too mad on using too much of it. That's annoying, it's gone in that way, never mind. We'll do this. There we go, pop that there. Don't think we'll need loads, so we'll throw one of those in there, one of those in there, and we need some water to come in this way. So we'll pop one of those there. So what I tend to do with anything that needs a fluid input, you can connect it up with one of these little things from underground, do it that way, but then you're stuck if you want to put anything sideways into it. So if I do it like this, then we can connect it in sideways and just run a pipe over here. That makes it a lot easier. And then we can just go down to here. And what we'll do, we'll swap that for that, and then we'll pop that there and connect that back up. And then we'll put ourselves a pipe there. And we're running out of a little power down here, so let's pop that in there. Except the only thing is we don't have an output. We need to output the sulfuric acid somewhere. But what we've got is, we've got the option to put in that little pipe there. And we haven't got more of these. Let's build a couple of those just quickly. And what we want to do is we can actually then run that out along here. Or run it out anywhere we want, really. Potentially we could put another one of these in. Or we could just run it down to here. Or we could run it the other way and put it into a tank until we need it. So actually, let's just do that for the moment. Let's just run it through to, let's just say to here. And we'll pop that into one of these. And then we're building sulfuric acid. We'll build ourselves a little supply of that in there. And we'll just take it out as and when we need it. If we need it, wherever we need it to, go down here, across wherever. So there you go. Right. Excellent. So what's next then for batteries? We need to make... Where are we for batteries? Oh, that's personal batteries. Okay, we need the other type, which are in here. There we go. Copper plates, iron plates, and sulfuric acid. So realistically, we're probably better, instead of building that here, actually running the sulfuric acid up here, putting it back onto this belt. because we've got the copper and the iron up here, and we can just do it here. And we are going to need sulfur later on for one of our research projects as well. Yeah, actually, let's just check that and see. Yeah, sulfur, circuits and engines. Might be a bad idea to run the acid up here too. Yeah, I think we'll do that. We'll put some acid up here because we can then use the copper. Actually, do you know what? We could run some of the copper down here and build it here. Trying to think if we need batteries for anything else later on. I think we may do. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll build it down here. Which means getting some copper from here. Actually, we've got copper there. Yeah, we'll probably run copper down here quite easily. Yeah, we'll do that. Right, let's get some copper off of there. Just run it straight through under here. Except that's going to be a problem because that's in the way now. Is it a problem? No, it's not. Let's just do this. We are running low on belts, I've just realised as well. There we go, look, we can just run it through here. And leave a little space there. How do we want to do this? Like that, perhaps. Then we've got some down here for later for other things that we're going to need it for. Probably end up using one of these red Certus from there. And one of these blue ones. And what are we putting in? Is it a chemical plant we build batteries in? I think it is. Yeah. There we go. One chemical plant. This is going to be a temporary setup. This is just so that we can get batteries for ourselves for the moment. And then we'll build some proper ones later to put on the main bus. Or just a big supply of... Oh, yes, I've just realised we do need batteries later. We need batteries later for drones. Yeah. Okay. Let's leave this like this for the moment and we'll create a better one later. Yeah. We can build it better. There we go. Now we need some acid in here too. And we need some more of those pipes. I think I've got some in a chest being built. Or not, so I didn't bother building any. Rule 101, make sure you're always stocking yourself up with stuff you need. Oh look, our red belts, red circuits are doing alright over there. There's quite a few of those now. Not being used for anything otherwise, so not really going anywhere at the moment. And okay, let's get this down to here. Oops, no, that's not where I wanted to go. Don't know what happened there. There we go, let's throw one of those onto there. There's our acid, brilliant. As you can see, you start end up using a lot of these belts. It does get quite belt intensive later, or pipes rather I should say. No, look, we've run out of there, that's annoying. So let's just throw that across to there, perfect. And that is filling up rather nicely. So a little simple thing like this, it may not look a lot, but it does create quite an amount of acid for you for later. And you don't tend to use loads and loads of acid. We probably will build another one of these later, because we're going to want some more of this for mining our uranium. But for now, that's not a concern. We've got plenty of time to build that later. Let's get a little light in here next to this factory as well. It's a bit frustrating that that mod got disabled, unfortunately. But, you know, it is what it is. Let's put that there. There we go. Now we can see. So, batteries. Acid. Where's the acid? Is it coming in yet? Is it getting there? Oh, what's going on? Is it gone in or is it not getting in? Come on, sulfuric acid. Where are you? Do that, see if it makes any difference. Might just be the length. No, it's definitely getting through the pipe. Oh no, I've just realised why. So I'm an idiot and I did it the wrong way around. There we go, look at that. Those clouds of pollution going into the atmosphere. There we go, finally some batteries, yay! Right, okay, let's pop those into a box. Boxes, there we go. Need another power supply now, aren't we? This one I won't reach, let's just pop that in there. Okay. Let's just get ourselves a few stacks of those, and then how much do we need to build a personal battery with? 5 per battery. Right, let's just grab a couple of those. Oh, we don't want that many, Jesus. Just grab 5 of those for now. Should be enough to keep us going for a bit. Charge our batteries up. Okay, nice and easy. We'll come back to those in a minute. Let's see what else we've got that we need to do. Maybe we need to finish this plant up here, because now we've got the sulfur, we've got the engines, and we've got the red circuits. We are really going to need to start looking at its research. I think that might be the best way forward. Yeah, that might be the way. Okay, bear with me, I will get this done and I'll be back. Okay, there we go. So that's our red circuits all put in place now. I'm going to put a couple of lights in down here just so we can see what's going on. I can't know if these use power or not. I believe they do, but we've got plenty for the moment. So this should just keep producing red circuits forever, essentially, until we run out of resources. And as you can see, there's quite a nice big supply of that. Green and the green circuit belt and the plastic belt seems to go all the way to the top there quite nicely. What will happen is we can duplicate this and create another one of these later if we need to, so we've got more and more facilities to produce. They are slow, as I say. We can put modules in later when we want to, which we may do, but for now it's pretty simple. It's basic, it does what it needs to do. It's producing lots of red circuits, and I'll put a little box down here just to grab some for our own personal supply. They stacked to 200 still, so that's good. So we'll put in a little restrictor there, a little restrictor in there, and we'll then start putting this towards our blue science. I'm wondering, we've got the circuits and the engines there. What does the blue science take again? Yeah, 2 engines, 3 circuits. I was going to put them on one belt, but I think we'll put them on a separate belt each to go through and build the blue science. And we'll build the blue science here, and then it's just perfectly capable to go straight across, and then it can join up this belt into these if we need to. So yeah, we've got options there. So yes, how long does it take to build these in a factory? Let's pop one of these down, just have a quick look, see what it's going to take to build this. And they are going to take crafting time 24 seconds. That's going to be slow, isn't it? I wonder if we build, can we cope with 10 of these? I wonder. 10's a lot of engines and a lot of red circuits. The sulfur I'm not worried about, we can upscale that quite easily. More concerned about the engine units here. I think we'll start with 6 and see how we go. If 6 is enough, then we can obviously expand it. We'll build it in a way that we can expand it downwards if we want to. So where's the best place to do it? Obviously we've got to build it from this point down onwards, because that's where the red circuits are. So we'll have a line coming straight off here, engines coming off of there as well, and the sulfur we can get coming in from here upwards. We'll build something to bring it in from there. Maybe we'll bring its own dedicated sulfur factory just for that. As you can see, we're starting to encroach into our forest again, so we're going to need to clear some space out for these. They've changed the controls on this. It used to be left click to throw, but now it's right click to throw. It's a bit weird. They still kill you when you land on them, when you touch them, or get blown yourself up by them. There you go, as you can see. Looks a bit damaged by them. Just a quick thing as well, we'll have a look at our map. I did do a little clearing out on the map, not a huge amount, but as you can see, the map is now quite clearly filled with resources. We've got plenty of resources here. We've got this oil over here we haven't even touched yet. The radars are clearing out more space as we talk. They're still looking at more little slots there, which is good. Got a few bases up here, so I'm more concerned of attacks from this way, which is why I defended the walls over here more than anything. And this is just cliff work. They could still get through here, which we haven't defended, but I think if they get that far, yeah, we'll probably know about it before they do. I'm hoping we will. There's no pollution to trigger them yet. There's nothing that's nearby that's going to cause them any problems, so that's good. Our pollution seems to be contained quite well, I think, which is quite nice. So yeah, we'll crack on with this research, and we'll start getting that up and running. So yeah, good so far. Done quite well. We've got our plastic going. Sorry, not our plastic, our red circuits. We've got our new armour. Did we finish building those batteries? I think we probably did. Let's pop those in there. No, we didn't. We built... What did we? What did we build? We built batteries, didn't we? If I can find the batteries. No, because we didn't build them. We put them in here. There we go. Right, let's grab these batteries out of here. Oh, 159. That should be plenty. And what do we want to build? Let's just build 5 of those for the moment. And the rest we'll pop back in there for later. I'm sure we'll use them for other things. I'm trying to work out what they're used for, actually. Batteries, batteries, batteries. I think they get used in laser turrets or something. I can't remember. There's other batteries later which are higher tier. Let's have a look and see what we've got on here. Electric motors. So this is what I want here, this exoskeleton equipment. This is really good. Yeah, that uses electric motors, which electric motors use engines and electric circuits and lubricant. Grit your teeth. And this is also used later on to make flying robot frames. Flying robot frames are a game changer for us because it means we won't be laying down any manual stuff at all. We will just basically tell the bots to do everything and it will do it all for us. We won't need to do anything. That then comes from producing these larger batteries later. Yeah, processing units. So we're getting into some quite high-tech stuff now. We can build rocket fuel. Yeah, we need light oil for rocket fuel, which means we need to unlock this one here. This is a good research to get. So basically it takes the petrol, turns it into other items, or you can use the oil and water to turn the oil into petrol, light gas and heavy oil, light oil and heavy oil even. And then you can do other things with it. And essentially you can make tons and tons and tons of petroleum gas, which is good. And obviously then you can use it to make solid fuel as well. So we're not going to be worrying about fuel anytime soon. By the time we get to that, we're probably going to have unlocked radiation reactors, various other things like that. So yeah, we should be good for power. Uranium mining, yes, we have to actually unlock that now. That's interesting. It used to be just a research that you got, and now you have to unlock it. That's interesting. And then we've got our substations, which are great for power distribution. Yeah, excellent. Right, let's crack on with that, and we can start putting these batteries into our kit here. Oh, no, there we go. Let's pop these in a way that they're actually nice and fit well. There we go. Let's pop these batteries in here as well. So you can see they take up quite a bit of space. I'm sure it's probably a very efficient way of doing this. Like that, perhaps. There we go. Which means 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. So we could do another 6 of those. Let's do that. Let's do 5 there. Oh no, maybe not. Oof. That's very expensive. Let's see how that goes. So now we should have our night vision working. Let's have a look. That should be charging. Yeah, there you go. Look, that's charging. So we should be able to see better at night now, at least, and you guys should be able to see better, which is good. Yeah, there you go. Look, it's a bit of a weird colour, but it's better than a poking eye with a sharp stick, isn't it? Okay. It's going to save a lot of time and effort on building lights everywhere. Okay, there we go. Let's get down here. Let's start looking at where we're going to build this blue science. What I'm going to want to do quickly, though, is just expand that across, because we're going to need these engines later anyway. So let's keep expanding that. And this is where, at this point onwards, we're going to start seeing our resources deplete quite quickly. These belts will keep going, but everything on them will start running out fairly quickly. We'll have to get new red belts in and start expanding. So as I say in my last episode, that the phase that we're in was expansion. So we basically got rid of all the enemies around us. This is now for us to get our base bigger, expand it further and do more with it, which we are going to do a lot more of that. Okay, so let's get that one that way. And actually, do you know what we can do? Yeah, let's start that one a little sooner. Yeah, we're going to have to build some underground belts to build these properly, because these have changed somewhat. There we go. Right, let's do it that way so that we can do a full belt down here. And then a full belt like this down here. There we go. That's going to make it a little easier. And go across there. And across there. Across there to there. And then what we'll do is we'll make an underground belt here. Just trying to be a bit more efficient in that respect. We want that one to go away that way as well. Oh, my power ran out. Look. I ran out. I didn't charge them up enough. Okay, yeah, we will grab a few more of them in that case then, and let's get a few more of those for our personal supply. I want some green circuits as well. Let's get rid of that again, because we're crafting our green circuits, which we don't want to do that ourselves. No sense having a monkey if you can grow feces yourself. Right, okay, let's go through there. Actually, probably wasn't the best way to do that, was it? Let's think a bit more sensibly about this. There we go. Okay, right. Now, we've put those onto the belts this way. Let's do it like that. It's a little easier then, isn't it? I'm wondering the best way to do this. We're going to want a lot of these on a lot of belts. And we want sulfur going in here as well. So we're going to want 3 belts going into this. Blue science. There. It's going to need... Okay. 3... I wonder if it's a way that it might be a good idea to put 2 engines and 1 sulfur on one belt and the red circuits on another belt to make that easier. How are we going to do that, I wonder? How do we do that the best efficient way? I think the first thing to do is how to work out we're going to get sulfur in here as well. Let's have a look down here. Actually, do you know what? It's just occurred to me. We've got sulfur being made there. With water and sulfuric acid, we can do that up here. As long as we've got sulfuric acid, we'll just bring the water in ourselves up here and do it this way. And then we can run it across, can't we? Yeah, let's do that. Right. Hold, please. Okay, yep. My brain doesn't work properly, does it? We don't need sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid is a product of sulfur, not a constituent component of it. We want the sulfur itself up here, which means we need that petroleum gas. So it does mean we're going to have to run the long belt and get it up the long way, unfortunately. Bit of a ball ache. Never mind. It is what it is. There we go. Right. So we basically want to duplicate what's here already, don't we? So that shouldn't be too hard. The water, we can go that way. Yeah, we can just put some pipes in and do all of that here. Yeah, we'll have a supply of everything in the same place then, essentially. We're going to do a little naughty's little thing of belts under belts. Don't like it, but it will be, unfortunately. And this is just the water supply for now. Probably could have done it a better way, but we'll do it this way. As you can see, the updated version of this now, the water is actually, or the pipes, actually show the lines between them and what's going on between them, which is interesting. Where do we want to put the water? We'll put some water in a big pot up here, I think. So we've got water for later on, other things we might need it for. Oil or whatever. There we go. Now we've got some spare water just in case we need it. And we'll get the petroleum gas going up here as well, so then we can build our own sulfur. As a spare. And the beauty of that is we've got a little pipe there we can use for that. Which which we can run off of this way, I think. Let's do it there. And then we'll run this here to here. There we go. We'll just use normal pipes for this bit. Makes it a little easier. Normally, I don't like running pipes next to each other like that, but we'll just do that for now. There we go. Where do we want this to go to? I think we want it to go to about... Yeah, we'll have the sulphur going across and up that way so it comes down at the same time. Okay, yeah, we don't want that to go there, because if it does, we can't build another container for it, because they'll try and merge the two together. We don't want that to happen. So we'll try and build it there, and we'll put that in. There we go. Just there. So I like to keep buffers of these. They don't need to be. You could just run the pipe straight across, but I like to keep a little buffer supply. So I've always got some there in hand if we need it. So chemical plant, we're going to put that in here. Where are we going to put that in here? Let's put it... Don't want to crowd myself in. I think we'll put it here. Put it there. Sulfur, right. Petroleum and water, and we're going to need an output for it there. Actually, we'll put blue output there. We could then build another one if we need to build two, just in case we start running low of it. I think we'll be enough here to keep us going. We'll see. We'll see. We'll move that factory in a second, so we split into the same belt. Right, okay. Input there, input there. Let's do one like that, so we've got two belts across. Or should we do it the other way? Actually, we'll do it like that. There we go. Just gonna make things a lot cleaner for us if we put things in like this. Ugh, run out of more of those again. I'm gonna have to get a factory built up just to make those, I think. Look at that, that fits nice, doesn't it? Look at that, there we go. And some power, we'll put that in... we'll put it in that side. There we go. Beautiful. Are we making enough? Ooh, we're struggling a little bit. Struggling a little bit. I wonder if it's because of the content of the pipe, there's not enough in there. Pipe extended. Do we need a pump? I don't know, I think we might need a pump. Just go and check that. I think it might be too far for it to go. We need a pump in there. Yeah, it's running out. I don't think there's enough in here. Let's go and check our supply. What's going on with the supply? Can't be the oil. We've got plenty of oil. Should have bought the car. Taking less time to drive. I wonder if this is not producing enough. Yeah, it's struggling a bit. Okay, that's fine. We're going to build another one of those then. Except to put my bricks in the car, didn't I? Okay, we'll come back and do that in a minute. We won't rush on this now. I wonder if we can just knock it across here quickly, though, instead. It's a temporary fix. You know what we can do? I don't like doing temporary fixes, as you can well tell. But, that's a pain, isn't it? Look. This might be the only way we can do it. We'll just do this for now as a temporary measure. There we go. That should supply more than enough for that pipe. Basically, it's getting 10 refineries producing it now. As long as it doesn't take it away from there. But that seems to be running fairly well. And we'll put more refineries in there later once we get the unlocked oil recipes. Excellent. Okay, this will be used later. We've got other things we can use this for, like explosives, which we will put in place wherever we've got those. There we go. Coal, sulfur, water, and coal we can get. We're going to bring coal in later down here anyway. Yeah, that should do. Okay, cool. Right. Let's get in the car this time. It's going to be a lot easier. Oh, look at that. Braking stuff now. Let's get up there. Let's go repair that again. Repair the car. Couldn't believe I've been driving for 30 years, would you? Right. Yay. There we go. Right, let's see what we're going to do here. We're going to get rid of this. We are going to bring this across here. Yeah, that's bringing out lots more now. Look, it's actually filling it up. Yeah, much better. And there goes our power. Did we put those things in? No, we didn't. Right, let's do that quickly. Here we go. One slot left for whatever we decide to use it for. Okay. Let's bring that down here. No, that's not what we want, is it? Get that off the belt. Bring that into there, bring that to there, and to there, and to there. Now, that should be what we need it to do. So let's get this out of the way. There. Factories will have pairs of 2, and we'll do 3 pairs like that for the moment. Yeah, that should work quite well. Do we want the belts to go back this way though with the research? Yeah, I think we'll go through there with it. Let's go under there really. Okay. We'll weave it through there somehow. Make a path. We'll fix it. Okay. Let's get this down here. To there. Get that to there. And we're going to need some red belts in here. Red. 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 We'll put blues in here because we're going to want these to be fast. We might actually end up sticking 2 of these on each side, on this side. We'll see how fast it works. And get these for outputs for the belt on the outside. Which way do we say? Right, we'll go down for this for the moment because we may want to build more of these later. This is outputs there. Okay. Blue science. There we go. Power supply. Now we need to hook that up to something, which looks like we've only got over here. There we go. Fantastic. I think there's enough there to keep that running quite a lot. Oh god, look how slow that is. That's horrendous. That's awful, isn't it? Yeah, I can see them being chewed up quite fast. We are definitely going to have to extend this. Let's get some basic ones running for the moment. Let's see where we're going to weave these into. I think we'll probably just go straight across this side here. Do it this way. Let's say we'll go here. I've run out of belts, look at that. I actually ran out of belts. So quickly smash a few of those in there like that. they'll go onto there, and they'll get picked up by these guys and go straight into these little research labs. Whew. Right, what's next? And the beauty of this is if we get any more of these later, we can put them onto this side of the belt, and then we can put a red inserter there and they'll go that way as well. So we've got capacity to put the yellow and the purple ones on later as well, which we will do. We will definitely do. Okay, let's get these down here. And if we need to build more of these factories, we can have them going on the other side of the belt if we need to. Either way, it's not going to be a problem to stack them on there. It's not very many bottles, is it? It's very, very low. Very slow. What's our power like? Yeah, our power's good. Definitely need some modules in there then to speed those up. But for now, that's what we got. So yeah, if we wanted to build a blueprint of this, what we can do is just literally click this little button down here and hover over this of what we want, select it all, and then we've just got our blueprint. We can paste it down like that, or we can put less or more, or we can just keep running it along like that if we wanted to. So yeah, that's essentially how the blueprints work. Fairly easy. You can rotate those and do what you want to do with them the other way, whatever. Nice and simple. Quite like that idea. It's very clever. There we go. Right, get that. Cool. So they're going to carry on doing that for the moment. Let's have a look at what research we've got that we can queue up then and what the prices are. Combinators, not interested in that. 75 to do the advanced oil processing. Lasers are 100. Uranium mining, we don't need that. We don't need these advanced material processors. Inserted capacity bonus, maybe we'll look at that later. Lab speed 250. It's a bit expensive. Ooh, advanced shotguns and poison and slow capsules. Follower robots. Yeah, there's a few other bits here as well we're probably going to want to get. I think for the moment, this one should be our first one. And lasers. Do we want to go with lasers? They can take a lot of power, but they are very good. And obviously you don't have to worry about ammunition or fuel. Just power. I want to be able to unlock robots. Personal robo port. That I think we should go for as well at some point. What does it need? Missing something. Oh yeah, oil and lubricant. I think we should go for lubricant afterwards. We'll get this all unlocked first. It's going to be fairly labour intensive to get it because it's still quite a lot of aggro getting these blue science packs out. I'll probably put those onto the next video. I'll extend this off camera. So yeah, we have today managed to get our red circuits up and running. We've got our blue science up and running. Next video, I think we're going to want to do the copper supply. Let's see what else we had. So red circuits, sulfur, acid, copper is going to be next episode. So yeah, bit of a mixed one today. Nothing major done, but we're basically expanding the factory now. As you can see on the map, it's getting bigger and bigger, and it will only expand further this way as we do more stuff with it. These red circuits, they're doing quite well for the moment. They're not using a huge amount like I thought they would do. This will change as we go along. We'll do a lot more of these, and once they're faster, these things will work a lot quicker and get a lot more stuff done. Sorry, just press the Alt key there if you're not aware, if you want to know what that is. Press the Alt key, shows you what's in each factory, what's being made. Very useful. And yeah, see, I thought that would stand up just one of those quite easily. So that's quite easy, quite nice. Not use as many engines as I thought it was going to, but we are going to expand it. So yeah, I think we'll leave it there, and we will crack on with the next episode. Get more copper running. Let's actually have a look and see how our furnace is doing. They probably are, but they're not burning much actually. Burning a lot less than I thought they would be. Everything's very quiet. Too quiet for my liking. Cool. All right, we'll leave it there, and I'll see you back here next episode.